morning, Voyagers. 'Tis me, Delilah, 8th House Moon Rabbit. I titled it, I said a prayer to Chesed. Right hand, empathy. Not dry. And who's at the bottom? Shaligiel, Angel of Snow. Did I show you that? Was it too bright? Ain't she pretty? Alright. Y'all, pardon me, I think I have an eyelash that's going to try to follow my eye. Please don't do it to me. I hope everybody is well. I hope you slept well. Ceres. And the 11th house. Yesterday was the 10th. What did I say? We got progression going on. And the moon. Hey, Mama. Let's check her out. I don't usually look, y'all, but I feel like I need to today. Ceres. And they give us her glyph. Grains, the symbols. Grains, nature, seasons, motherhood, and the full moon. Keywords are nurturing abundance, unconditional love, rage, grief, loss, and beauty. Whew! I know all of those. Ceres is the ultimate mother figure in mythology. Her unwavering resolve to rescue her daughter Proserpina from the clutches of Pluto in the underworld shows how determination and nurturing go hand in hand. Ceres managed to strike a deal with Pluto that allowed Proserpina to come back to the realm of the living for half of the year. That time is represented by a blossoming of spring, but come autumn, when her daughter must return to Pluto, Ceres becomes depressed and angry, and things begin to die around us. Ain't that this time of year? Going in for the kill. The changing of seasons is a metaphor for the position of Ceres in our natal chart. Here we find not only our own nurturing traits, but also some of the themes of relationships with our parents, which can range from loving and tender to deeply fractured. The way in which we approach health, fertility, and life changes is determined by Ceres, as is our response to trauma and how we grieve loss. When she is well aspected, we go with the flow, and things seem to come naturally to us. When she is not, she can be possessive, narcissistic, and needy. Things are abundant in your life right now, and the potential for reaching your goals is at its peak. You just need to stay focused on the things that matter to you most. Don't let minor distractions get in the way of that or influence your decisions. You know what is best for you, even if it doesn't make sense to anyone else. If you are going through a low emotional period, do your best to appreciate the beauty in the everyday. Eat nourishing foods and make beautiful art. Go for walks and reconnect with nature. Spend time with your loved ones doing things that matter. Material items and overindulgence will not serve you right now, so avoid emotional binges. When we are children, our parents are supposed to take care of us. They should hug us when we are sad and feed us when we are hungry. At some point, we take over this parental role for ourselves, and if you're struggling to get things done, it could be that a wound from your upbringing is causing you to get in your own way. All right. Wait. Social interactions and plans for the future. Aquarius, ruled by Uranus. Element, succeeding house. Big plans and unconventional dreams. Developing a sense of self. Being unconventional. Okay. I like how that all kind of tied together. Ah. Remember to honor your inner child, y'all. Protect that part of you. Presume that it's there, even if you don't feel it. If you don't feel it, that might suggest that it needs a lot of healing. A lot of nurturing. That baby might be, pardon me, might be huddled in a small space somewhere in your soul, waiting for you to give it that which you would give a child that needed you above all others, who absolutely loved and adored you, and who you felt the same about. Protected. When I say my nightly and often morning prayers of gratitude to God, Goddess, angel soul family, fairy soul family, multidimensional and interdimensional soul family, terrestrial and extraterrestrial soul family, galactic and intergalactic soul family, don't feed your inner baby the hate that you've been given, or even the self-loathing that you might have cultivated, because that's got nothing to do with them. Ancestor soul family, my divine soul partner in 5D and above, my divine twin flame in 5D and above. Remember your objectives. My shadow self, which I integrate, respect, and love. Divine inner child, which I defend, love, and allow to be. And my divine highest self, which I love, have faith in, and allow to lead. That is my nightly and daily prayer. And it helps me stay oriented. Evaluate, Libra. And I believe that all three of these aspects of ourselves have a huge part in directing, well, all of them. But as I saved them for last, it's because of their positionality and closeness to self. Is positionality a word? It just rolled off the tongue so easy. Did I show you this one? to renew yourself. So that when you want to get something done, you can go in for the kill. I would say, as this is the chariot year, that the shadow self is the dark horse. Your inner child is the light horse. High self is the charioteer. Hydrus, renew. And as you do this, your light shines brighter and brighter on the outside. It conveys your movement to freedom and the sacrifices that you've made. As far as I can tell, outside of those that I pray to, most everything else falls away. It's easily sortable. Sorted? Pardon me. Not too far down. Okay. Pardon me in the silence. As I was thinking to apologize for that, here comes more. Hercules. Bravery. Now, what wouldn't you do? What couldn't you do? An Aquarius, since we got the 11th house out here. If there was constantly a child attached to your side, if everything you saw, everything you heard, like, loosely, because I do believe that my child, my inner child, knows when an environment isn't for them, and they kind of fade to the back. They find a place inside that is for children. Maybe y'all remember Narcissism came out. Also fitting the theme of going in for the kill. Also fitting the theme of the snow. And there's a death, Azrael, who was also mentioned. I came across somebody who I'm sure is into their narcissistic bag. At the bottom is subtlety. And it wasn't subtle. It was not. Saying mean words and leaving ha-ha reacts and gaslighting people. I said 2 words, the hypocrisy, and found myself blocked. And while I wasn't mad, it was like that gif of the dude who's like standing just beyond a doorway and somebody comes through it and there's plenty of space in the doorway, but the dude grabs him by his arm and like kind of pushes it to the side, and dude's like, the frick? For why? Now, I don't think that the guy who grabbed his arm and pushed it was necessarily a narc. Not necessarily, but it's that comfortability with invading and entering other people's space without really thinking about it. Although I feel like this one, CeeLo Green, And I'm going on, and I'm prepared to go it alone. I'm going on. Huh. Linkin Park. My guy Chester. There's a song that's coming to mind. It'll come to me. It's one of the newer ones. One of the last ones. I'll tell you, I don't believe that Chris Cornell or Chester Bennington, and look, I don't know if you can see it, but I got the goosebumps, y'all. I don't think either of those men left here as was reported. But I'm sure they've gone to a better place. Her and True Romance. I'm gonna put those down for a moment. Wait, Her. Ah, The Woman. Well, that movie was a trip, and so was True Romance. It's one of my favorites. I didn't know nothing about. Pardon me. And What Dreams May Come. Also one of my favorite movies. I had one of my first. It's like Event Horizon was like the dark spiritual experience, and What Dreams May Come was the light. I cried during both of those movies, very separate kinds of tears. But True Romance, I didn't identify it then, even though I didn't see it until I was around 17. I wasn't a child, but I didn't know anything about twin flames until I was like 30, 31, thereabouts. The Magician, first out. Oh, oh, it's magic, you know. Never believe it's not so. The Knight of Cups. Lieutenant of Comets. I feel like I'm demoting him when I just call him the Knight of Cups. That was the Four of Cups. Uh-oh. 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 I prefer the original song to the mix. Mm-hmm. Let me show you everything I know of jungle slang. The Emperor. Ride my little Pooh Bear, wanna take a chance, wanna sip the smooth air, get me in the sand. Leona, the Queen of Cups, those peanut butter vibes, Mama simple sir, this ain't gonna work. We have another 9. Guy and Goddess, and I get the impression with the Lieutenant of Comets and Lasers that the angels are angeling out here. I've been here, I've done this all before. Say that. Okay, okay. The Lovers. I'm hearing, this is for the lover in you. Ooh. The ensign of lasers. Definitely getting my spiritual assassin. And I suppose that with spiritual assassins, you have both the light and the dark. She particularly is light to me. She also shows up on Justice. But I got the impression that somebody is after a feminine and emperor energy, and also a masculine who is in his emperor energy. And here we have Justice. You don't believe me? Prove me wrong. When will they learn? I think this might be the year that they start learning about the hate they give. You just want to know those peanut butter vibes. Tastes good. That was the Page of Wands, who I don't remember seeing anywhere else in this deck. The Page of heralding good news, which reminds me that when I took my Angelarium out of their box, at the bottom I saw the Angel of Heralds. Find a gift to give to your inner child. My Voyagers, my loves, my doves. I keep looking at this. I think I only left it for so long because there was a message there. A crooked objective. Vanity is here, and narcissism is down there. And I really do think somebody's sending you, arrows of hate, which means you're doing your job. When you're out here shining your light, you become inducted in the battle between good and evil. It aggravates demons, and sometimes they want to reach back out and touch your ass, Ooh, itchy eye. Ooh. Go ahead and put down your burdens. Lay them down by the riverside. If you have a message that you feel like you need to tell someone, if you don't think that you can tell them in the 3D that it's not right at this time to reach out, pardon me, go ahead and send that to the higher dimensions. Your highest self will send this is a 4 of Cups. Your highest self will send any message to anyone, anywhere, that aligns with your highest good. I think you're also getting a gift. What'd I say? I think many of you will find yourselves getting a gift in the 3D, straight from your peeps in whatever respect that means, remembering my prayer, my gratitude mantra, my because somebody feels like because you get, they don't get to get. And if this is in the case of a person in a commitment, well, they're right, you know. But if this isn't, you know, that's a scarcity mindset. It's a poverty mindset. And people who deal with vanity, hate, or narcissism, they do feel like that. They feel like they have to take a win off of someone. And I think you've identified some of these people. And go ahead and move out of their way. Look at this. It's 10 of Cups underneath the 9. I definitely feel like you're somebody's wish fulfillment. Whatever body you're packaged in and whatever you're thinking about it at this time, because I'm getting the feeling still as though you might be struggling a little bit with self-image, with a distorted self-image. Maybe you're feeling some pain. I get the feeling that maybe you're feeling some physical pain that might be bringing you down a bit. If you haven't thought of it, vitamin D. Ten of Pentacles. Right over this Ten of Cups and the Emperor. Maybe somebody said you couldn't have this, you couldn't be this, you wouldn't go here. And the devil is a liar, and God is not the author of confusion. Maybe somebody tried to tell you that what you know about you isn't right. Maybe somebody tried to imply that they knew better than you. Whispering words of doubt in your ear. And I feel like you've left them behind. And as you are leaving them behind or left them behind, they got the idea that they would follow you in secret and that they were getting away with something. Y'all, wouldn't you believe that I forgot the title? Like, it left me. I was not thinking about it. Going in for the kill. When they think that they're sneaking away with 5 swords, they win in by any means necessary and all costs. Wouldn't you know that the demons that they didn't put to rest with the work that they didn't do while they were so busy worrying about you, them chickens is coming home. Sorry about it, you know, like, shit. Because, you know, God is also not the author of iniquity. Of all the names that I mentioned in my prayer, many of us have those, you know, like the number, the volume. I don't concern myself with that part, but what I do know is that everybody has them. And along with the shadow self, the inner child, and the highest self, we are always getting messages about which way to go, where not to tread. Don't tread on me, motherfucker. Anansi, the spider god, the trickster god. And I'm getting that in the light and dark aspects. Somebody was in there, you know, when they were talking that shit subtly, you know, in a manipulative way. working out the hate that they feel for themselves on you, thinking they were getting away with something. Maybe you've had more feelings of inside jokes lately, and that would be the Anansi type guide in your life. Maybe it's an ancestor, Nine of Cups, telling you jokes, trying to lift up your spirits and pointing out things to you of wonder. Maybe you've been thinking of more puns lately. I love puns. But so often I just be spitting off the top. So even if I say a good pun, I'm not hearing it. Eight of Swords. 6, 7, 8. And I feel like 9 is here too. Don't be surprised if we see the 10. Don't be surprised if you don't see their 10, as well as what I'm going for. Going for the kill. Also, don't be surprised to know that you got at least one goon that does not physically return of the mag. Return of the mag. You know that I'll be back. 4 of Wands. 3 of Swords. As I have mentioned, we, the Voyagers, have had to cut loose a lot of people. So who knows who this is? Who didn't want to honor you and the light that's in you. And then got it in their rabbit-ass mind that they was going to somehow stop your evolution. That they were going to adapt. That they were going to analyze you. Okay, they were going to analyze you and somehow adapt their way into hunting you down and stopping your evolution before you could get to your final form. Which, impossible. It's not your final form unless you die. And if you hear, it's because God said, it's not your time to go anywhere yet. Somebody got caught up in their own web. That's something that happened to Anansi many times. Being grasping, being bitter, mean and ugly. Having enough but wanting more. Yet so many wives, concubines, children, but became kind of the god of the poor, fucking around with the big G god in the tail. And I feel like you can feel this person moving around in your energy. Consider them like a spiritual maggot. And while it would feel gross, at one time they would have to, and they still do at times, place maggots on necrotic flesh. Eaters of death, to take it off you. Well, that's kind of what these people, beings, entities, powers, and principalities are here for. That's the purpose that they serve. But you are whole and full in yourself. Girl. That's how I got it. So let them do their job, While you rest and heal that beautiful heart of yours that people try to tug your loose thread on, let them dine upon death while you fill yourself up on light. Give you and that inner child of yours empathy. And if this is the first time you're really thinking about it in this way, in these terms, remind yourself actively, daily for a while, what would my inner child like? What would my inner child love? What makes me feel that autosomal ASMR is not, it's not those fucking whisper videos and videos of people playing in slime and stuff. It's a adjective, descriptive word for the feeling that you get, a traveling sensation all over your body that is inspired by something. It's a sensory response. Remember, this was out first, so remember to choose that thing consciously for a while, and after a while it becomes second nature. Like for me, way back, I'd say about 6 years ago, I started watching Sailor Moon with my son, and he loved it. And that did something for my inner child. And then it was Adventure Time. I gave Adventure Time a chance, and it was one of the most profound cartoons I've ever watched in my life. It was a whole adventure. And Steven Universe, the same. And I tell you, the times we had. Five and six, the Hierophant, God and Goddess, are bringing together those that are the representatives of their love within and without, as above, so below. Yeah, fam, I feels it. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? That might be the end. That might be it. What a lovely way. So, don't, please, refrain from looking forward to this, because that's not the way to get it. We do have a job, we have a task, and at this time, that would be integrating the shadow, loving the inner child, and allowing the higher self to be in its place of leadership. In the meantime, between time, be here in the moment, in the physical, relying on that sense of peace. Do that, and I promise you it'll work out. What? Watch more and more good news come. Anything you're letting go of that ain't for you, toss that shit up and let it go. Elsa, I do not like that song, y'all. I do not like Let It Go. I don't even really like that movie. It doesn't hit like The Lion King, like Little Mermaid, like Pinocchio, like And as I said, you doing these things in love and passion is going to bring more and more love into your life. It is just going to fucking materialize like magic. As you use the star of healing to cast its glow on yourself, you allow the sun to enter your life and glow outwards, And many will learn from that. Many people that you love, that really do love you, but just aren't there on their journey, they will appreciate that. They'll love to see you winning. But those other ones, well, we didn't talked about them already. So I love you and be good. I know I'm trying to be. I'll see you tomorrow.